Sound left.
Hello everyone on YouTube, this is Jordan here, and I want to show you something that I've just got working. Well, actually, that I've not been on for a bit. This is the Yamaha PSR 200, and today I want to go over a history I've had with this keyboard. Forgive me if you can't see anything, because the iPhone 7 doesn't have the best camera. Anyway, if you want to know about this keyboard, we're going to go all the way back to 2002. It was when Felix was sponsoring You Being Framed. One sunny morning, well, I believe it was probably sunny, but may have been, probably somewhere around September, I discovered this keyboard at a relative's house, and I absolutely loved it. This was the first keyboard I ever had a go on. And every night I dreamed of all the good things that I could do on this keyboard. Keep in mind, I was only 1 year, probably around 3 years old at the time. So I wasn't the handsome guy you know now. So yeah. So that's how I came to know this machine. And it was the very first proper keyboard I had to go on. Several years passed and I never heard about this machine afterwards. I assumed it had withered away of old age because, after all, I didn't know anything at the time about Yamaha keyboards. In 2004, well, in early 2004, I got a Casio CTK 450 keyboard. This was supposed to be the first keyboard I ever got, but that didn't last long. It was a good keyboard though. It had like 50 demo songs, probably 100 styles. Yeah, but it wasn't the first keyboard I ever got serious with music on it, with my music back then. It wasn't until early 2005 did I get my very first proper musician's keyboard, the Yamaha PSR 220. Man, I had a lot of fun on that keyboard. And that was 4 years after discovering this keyboard. Or should I say, I think I said 4 years, yeah, like 4 years. So you're probably wondering, where was this keyboard all the time I got new keyboards? Well, it was in their loft.
Sound right.
It was hiding around in their loft, hence the dust. Well, actually, this is new dust. The keys are still discoloured now, because I've had it under a dusty cupboard. So in 2008, I believe it was, I got to have a go on a Yamaha PSR 300, and it reminded me very much of this keyboard. So after that, I ended up asking around to see where this keyboard was, and it was then I found out it had been stored away all this time in that loft, presumably not working. It wasn't until 2009, however, that I got to see this proud machine again. And boy, nothing's changed one bit. Plug the power adapter in, still works, just as it was brand new. So there we go. Got to see the PSR 200 again, and nothing had changed. No cosmetics had changed. There was some dust on the keys, but there wasn't a lot of dust as you'd expect, because the room where this was locked probably didn't get as dusty as you would expect from an attic bedroom. Well, not really a bedroom, but probably from an attic room. Yeah. So I always looked forward to using this machine every time I stayed at theirs. So I don't want to mention any names because I don't want people tracking anyone down. That's not what I plan to do. So let's get back to the story. Fast forward to 2018, and I was staying over. Well, that is 9 years after I saw this keyboard, and the 25th of April, I believe, and yeah, basically what happened was this keyboard was still lying around, and it was clearly in bad condition when I first saw it. Dust was literally everywhere. All these keys here, as you can see, are discoloured, and there was dust underneath these keys too, and you can see where the dust is. But that didn't stop this old machine from working as it normally does. It was still up and running. Bear in mind, this keyboard's electrical mains power supply is getting old, so any attempt to knock the power supply out of position can stop the keyboard. Well, it'll stop working temporarily until you mess about with the power supply again. So anyway, what happened? Well, where is it now? This is the keyboard you're looking at. On that day, I decided I ain't letting this keyboard waste away anymore. So here it is with me. And is this keyboard usable in 2020? Well, if you want a basic keyboard with a whole lot of decent instrument effects, like you've got decent piano sound, I absolutely love it. And doing this sort of with one hand. If I didn't tell the story clearly enough, it has been ages, because I've known this keyboard for a heck of a long time, even though it was not the first keyboard I ever owned, because I lost the PSR 220 back in 2007 along with the DJX. So I was very glad to have the opportunity to have a go on a PSR 300, and again, a year after, get to go on this one again. And then 9 years later, I got the chance to own this machine back in 2018. So there you go. That's my story with the Yamaha PSR 200 and why I've come to love it. So out of all the Yamahas I have, I still love this keyboard. It may be low end, maybe not as good as the keyboards I've got now, but it was good for its time, and I occasionally like to mess about on it, even if it's in bad condition as it is. Of course, my aim is to try and restore this thing into good condition, even though there's a crack at the left, which you can see there. Still doesn't stop it. I mean, this keyboard was literally what started my what got me interested in investing in larger keyboards instead of the smaller toy keyboards I had back in the days. So I feel honoured I feel honoured to ever know this keyboard, and yeah. And the song you just heard,
Sound right.
the song you just heard there, is the main demo of the PSR 200. Of course, back then I knew how to choose songs. In fact, I knew this song too. And this.
Sound right.
So there was plenty of songs I had access to. Back then I didn't know how to choose a song properly. So I ended up pressing random buttons until I, just messed about and stuff. Not to mention making the song go higher and lower pitched. And as you know, this keyboard's been featured in a few of my videos. I did a video showing off all the demo songs. I even did some experimentation with some, dead batteries. Yeah, so this keyboard was my everything back then. I still love it to this day. I want your opinions in the comments. If you're a keyboard player, what was the very first keyboard you fell in love with? And it doesn't necessarily have to be the first keyboard you owned. Like this one. This wasn't the first keyboard I owned. This was the first keyboard I fell in love with. Which is different from the very first keyboard you owned.
Sound right.
I have to say, this is like a family heirloom. And I'm going to treasure this keyboard for many years to come. Like I said, I first saw this keyboard when, if you live in the UK and you've ever watched You Been Framed, that was a great TV show, by the way. It was when Felix was sponsoring it. Oh my goodness, those sponsorship adverts from them, they were just amazing. Back then. It was back in 2002 I first discovered this keyboard. And I've been wanting to dedicate a video to this keyboard for quite some time, but now I've gotten around to doing it. Like I said, if you've got a feel free to share your opinion, and feel free to share your opinion. And I want to know too what you guys think. And if you've got any questions, then let me know. And if you want me to do more videos of this keyboard, which I do plan to do in the probably later, I do want to do some more videos of this keyboard again. So if you've got any suggestions, feel free to pin them down in the comments.
Stop recording video button.
Once again, this is Jordan signing off, saying have a good day everyone.